Welcome back to Pittsburgh Fashion Week. I'm Gina Vensel with Easy Street Promotions, and I'm here with John Valentine from the Downtown CDC and Pittsburgh Fashion Week. We've been having an amazing week worth of activities ranging from dance performances and live film performances and tutorials. And so I want to ask you what we have in store for Thursday of Pittsburgh Fashion Week 2020, John.
Thursday we have more dance videos. We also have a gentleman named Gabe Reed playing music. I was just amazed at watching this young man play. And he is a Point Park University student product. He's part of Pioneer Records.
Oh, cool.
Pioneer Records is Point Park University's music label, yeah. And,
very cool.
And we have five different artists this week from Pioneer Records playing.
That's so amazing.
So we have one each night, and the videos are great. And boy, what a great job that Point Park does and with their music, and that's a tribute to Ed Traviseri.
They have been such an amazing media partner for us throughout this entire process, helping us with all of the media for this digital experience that Pittsburgh Fashion Week has taken a turn for 2020. And so what else do we have in store for our Thursday of Pittsburgh Fashion Week?
We have another artist alley with James Simon.
Well, that was a fun one.
That's another one you did.
That was one that I had the pleasure of getting to interview and getting to see his studio and take a tour of the facility. It was absolutely amazing to get to meet him.
What a talented young man.
He's so talented.
And the thing that comes through with this video, this artist alley, is the fact that what a life he lived. What a cool life. When you hear his story, how he traveled all over the world, how he was a violin maker at one point. My God, not only does the talent come through, but that adventurous spirit, that spirit of wanting to learn and wanting to live. And I thought this was a great artist alley. Obviously, you did a great job.
Thank you. He was just fun to meet him in person. I mean, I've seen his sculptures on Liberty Avenue downtown, like those massive musicians. They're just like iconic in the cultural district. And then to finally meet the man behind and then to learn his story, it's definitely something you're going to want to tune in for sure.
And something you want to watch is the head on the dog's body. That was so cool. That was so cool. So keep an eye out.
There's lots of quirkiness at his studio and lots of fun things to check out for sure.
And by the way, I've been to his studio on numerous occasions. He used to have his studios on Gist Street, if I pronounced that right. Mm-hmm. And Gist Street Poetry was his baby. So I used to go there for poetry readings, and then he also had musical performances there. So this is all obviously pre-COVID, but boy, what a cool space.
Well, I hope that we can get to the point where we can safely have gatherings like that again, because you mentioned that, and that definitely sounded like something that I would love to attend. But in the meantime, while we can't gather together, we have been able to experience a lot of these digital experiences, from workshops to interviews with artists and models and designers, to really getting to tour art studios. So this has been a really incredible year, and with Pittsburgh joining forces and working collaboratively with cities nationwide, this has definitely been a year I feel that's going to put Pittsburgh on an even bigger map, being that we're collaborating with so many different cities.
Yes. Couldn't have said it better than that, Gina. We are so happy to be working with these other cities, and I think the other cities feel the same way. It's been just a great collaboration.
And no better time than now, I feel like, during this pandemic, for people to come together and in the fashion community in the ways that they have, with the amazing videos that have been submitted. I can only imagine that next year, even if we can safely do, the runway shows, that I feel like a lot of these videos should still continue because of just the talent that has come through.
The film festival will be a standalone event. Okay. And the collaboration with the cities will continue. And this was the year to experiment and try different things, and so far it looks like it's working. So we'll see.
And then for all of the Pittsburgh Fashion Week events, you can go to PGHFW20 and be sure to follow along on social media and share your experiences as well to be a part of the 2020 Pittsburgh Fashion Week experience.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jordan Montgomery, Driving Wild Black Records. I got the lovely DJ Aesthetics on the ones and twos. This is Pittsburgh Fashion Week. We're about to perform a couple songs for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. Y'all can party with us from your living room. Let's go. Once again, this is Fashion Week, so we gonna go from the runway to the living room. So it's only right that we run it back. I was born 95, February 13th, single parent household, mom was always working. Then I started rapping at the age of 14. Got my first check, then I blew the whole thing. Had to run it back, run it back. Had to run it back, run it back. Had to run it back, run it back. Had to run it back. Run it back, had to run it back in the field, run it back, you can check my stats, put the Berg on the map, that's a fact, lights, camera, okay, lights, camera, action, we don't do no acting, cops flash when we pass them, zoom in, okay, in and out of traffic, coach like I'm Madden, rings like I'm satin, rappers want the cake, but I'd rather cook the batter, build it from the ground up, I ain't need a ladder, travel through the darkness, I ain't need a lantern, no I ain't a lad. My wishes came true, trips to Cancun, change the game rules, no need for fables, had to run it back, ayy, run it back, had to run it back, ayy, run it back, had to run it back, ayy, run it back, had to run it back, hey, run it back, had to run it back to the days of my youth where we hooped at the park where they shoot after dark, red and blues they was parked right around the corner. When I got my license I was whipping like the toners, skipping no diplomas. Back in the days when we was flipping through the phone books, meals they was home cooked. Call you after 9 cause I ain't racking up my phone bill. Hold up. I said racking up my phone bill, repping for the zone still. Sets getting thrown still, hands getting thrown still. Came in the party, started clapping with the chrome still. So we got the running, this is summer where we come from. Nuck if you buck, cup after cup, trying to hang with the gang. Wasn't there from the jump, putting 20 on the pump. Stack up the funds, pass to my day ones. Where the heck y'all came from? Run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, hey, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, head to run it back, ayy, run it back, run it back, run it back, had to run it back, ayy. Shout out to Live from the City on the production for that one. Had to run it back real quick. So we're going to go into the next jam here, just in case y'all missed the introduction. Once again, my name is Jordan Montgomery of Driving Wild Black Records. And I feel like this next song is a good introduction to get to know me a little better. You know what I'm saying? So DJ Aesthetics, the ones and twos. Once again, Jordan Montgomery is the name. Sometimes I go by a lot of names. Sometimes it's J to the letter M. You know what I'm saying? J Mont. But whatever it is you want to call me, I promise you gonna know my name. Check it. Look, live in your area. Whole squad up in here like interior. You inferior, now you miniature. Yo, we bout to rock like minerals. Anything you bought, I coulda cop like 10 of those. Anything I do, I see you trying to do reciprocals. All hail the imperial. Put the fear in ya when you're hearing them J to the. Feel my rain out in Calcutta. I bring the pain like to cow talking. High power, empower. I move crowds like tsunamis. Ooh, mommy, love it what you do with your body. Came through to the party, slid out in the Uber to the lobby. Who the 2-door parking, no key starting, just push button. Roof gone in the summer, coming down Carson. Holler when you see me, baby, I'm too flossy. No, my name by the end of the night. Sing it with me like no, my name by then, yeah, you gonna know my name by the end of the night. You sing it with me like no, my name, Hey look, it's time for us to separate the gods from the pawns. stars from the comets. The cream Abdul-Jabbars and the Adam Morrisons. Those who really spitting bars, those who's in it for the profit. Jack so many styles, man, that's grand larceny. Yo, I speak in street harmonies. Sick as heart disease with green light. Parsley leaves Armageddon to your tie setting. The spawn of rhetoric spoken by the gods along the avenue. Known to keep it jumping like some antelope. Cause we got the juice like cantaloupe. I be in the booth like Colin Farrell. But she feel it in her bone marrow. I don't play like Mattel, but I rock well. Crash landed like it's Roswell. I got that Rockefeller flow. That's for those who had the melatonin on me. Need to switch their dosage up. How you gonna charge them us to play inside a local club? If your song really hot, why they buttoning their coats up? Squad in the building, bet y'all get foreclosed on. Come through with the doors off. Soft top like a newborn. In the hood like some Newports. Leave rappers in the postmortem. Last heard, I think the board got him. Don't know what you heard about it? I ain't worried about it, not a pop record. This song here for everybody. J to the. Bet you wish a man could've. Ain't no my name by the end of the night. Sing it with me like no my name by then. Yeah, yeah, you gonna know my name by the end of the night. Sing it with me like no my name by then. Yeah, yeah, you gonna know. Okay. In case you didn't know, we're driving Wild Black Records. We gotta represent. Shout out to all my fellow artists, fellow designers for Fashion Week. Got some Sweet Tooth Customs on right now, looking good. Got some Desire on as well. Got to show the designs. So we all about supporting local businesses. So I think this next song is appropriate at how you can support your local businesses during this time. Let's give me my cash. Yep. Support black businesses, support local businesses. Hey, give me my cash, give me my cash. Give me my cash, give me my cash. Whoa, hey, What I got, I got little rappers steady hating on me. I got officers putting charges on me. I got family that I hardly see. Got people on the gram, but people liking my tweets. Then they see me out in public and we hardly speak. Tell reporters something different than what the article reads. Promoters want us to perform, they charge us a fee. Celeste told me, don't you do nothing for free. Yeah, I'm seeing activists more on that active tip. It's time to pop off and now you a pacifist? Nowadays people get too many passes. The past tense don't matter when you a has-been. Asking me why I have been cross country in a caravan on my way to Maryland. Cause the flow sicker than malaria, causing all types of mass hysteria, dog. What you paying them? Give me my cash, give me my cash. 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 We get money, ay, we get money. Ay, we get money. Ay, we get money. We get money. Look, I told him money ain't a problem. If he want no problem, told me then don't start. Nah, gotta change flows for rappers that play possum. Coming down the app, looking like Brian Gosling. Coming from the Berg, I ain't even signed the rostrum. So don't count on Benji, just count on Benjis. You won't catch me in the club, some knockoffs 50. All them Southside clubs, man, bump your dress code. In that drop it while black, get head to toe. If you ain't know, then you should probably know. One hood captain and general. Whole squad looking like the Expendables. Ho. Yeah, come on, you gotta love it. The boy you can't budget cause the flow they can't stomach. Yeah, make you wanna throw up. Came in that big body, make you wanna grow up. 5'11" young, yo, I'm back again. Better check your budgets for your ass for them, dog. Got a verse 2, don't come after him. As far as your career, to be asking what happened to you. On and off wax, snap like ball caps. King Jordan, rain, don't matter the forecast. Got bodies in the trunk, blood dripping from Warpath. Killing anything in sight, well acquainted with morgue staff. 03 Ford Explorer, coming down Forbes X, Supreme shirt and some Jordans, living all my raps, driving wild black, that's just street classic. Told me stay in my lane, now watch me speed past him. Luke in that mini coupe, late for the interview, not a song in your tapes, you bump with my interludes, now let that sink in. We'll take it a little deep, but you know rappers can't swim. Rappers ain't him, they ride the wave. I got more accolades than people twice my age. You went on stage with the OGs, building with the gods. Ghetto superstar got me feeling like Cross. Round of applause, the man of the hour is one hood, or jump from the tallest of towers. No one man should have all that power. Let a homie get it for like half an hour. Walking Sally Mae, start kicking the glass, stick the whole place up like, give me my cash, whoa. The whole place up like, give me my cash. I said, give me my cash. Give me my cash. Give me my cash. cash, give me my cash, give me my cash, give me my cash. We get money, ay, 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 we get money, ay, 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 we get money, ay, 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 we get money, we get money, we gone, ay, ay, we get money, ay, 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 she get money, ay, 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 we get money, ay, 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 you get money, ay, 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 we get money, ay, 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 we get money, we get money, we get money, we get money. Okay. We get money. That's the bottom line. But this next joint, we're going to flip the perspective a little bit. We're going to keep it on the same topic. We're going to flip the perspective. Let's go into it. We'll leave a little bit of a paper trail for y'all. See if you can follow along. 9:23, my day starts with a robbery. Guns and ski masks, holding the tellers hostage. We get thrown in the bag on the way to the spot. Moments later, car chase with cops. Overheard shots fired in the screech of the tires. Car crash and the bag opens up. I'm floating away, land on the pavement. A kid comes and picks me up, headed to the store to buy some candy and toys. The cashier runs a pin across my face, see if I'm counterfeit. Puts the cap on the pen and slides me in the register. Counts a drawer at the end of the night. Crooked manager being slick, slides me in his pocket. He did it smooth without the cameras watching. After work, gets his plug for an ounce who was still a teenager. Got an operation down in his mom's basement. Finds out, raises spot, throws him out with the little bit that he got. Takes me and the rest of the cash to hail a cab on his way to get a bite to eat. Then two dudes in a black Jeep who we had mad beef. Known to pack mad heat. Shot the driver, left the kid there in the backseat. Cops come, so the shooters flee the crime scene. Stuff me in they black jeans and they run like track meets. What up? What we talking about? Look, it's the life of a dollar bill. Reason people rob and steal. No mad people that kill for that U.S. seal. Just so they can buy a meal, just so they can pay their bills. Follow the trail of this paper trail. It's the life of a dollar bill. Reason people rob and steal. No mad people that kill for that U.S. seal. Just so they can buy a meal, just so they can pay their bills. Follow the tail, hey, paper trail. I've been used to do good, I've been used to do dirt. I'm around on the 15th, around on the 1st. The reason why you might want to steal an old lady's purse. I'm used to build jails, I'm used to post bail. What the doctor or the dealer, I'm using those sales. They call the root of evil, it's the motives of the people that make my power so lethal. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Get a little bit of me, then they dive in their guilty pleasures. Sunken treasure, but you might just drown. Kids kidnapped for ransom, hope they might get found. Yeah, $1 million contract you pitch from a mouth. I hear that sound the record label say, that's hot now. I'm the green, I'm the cheese, I'm the lettuce, I'm the bread, I'm the chips, I'm the cake, I'm the guap, I'm the skrilla. All different terms for the dollar biller. Come on, it's the life of a dollar bill. Reason people rob and steal. No mad people that kill for that U.S. seal. Just so they can buy a meal, just so they can pay their bills. Follow the tail of this paper trail. It's the life of a dollar bill. Reason people rob and steal. No mad people that kill for that U.S. seal. Just so they can buy a meal, just so they can pay their bills. Follow the tail of this paper trail. Yeah. Hope y'all having a good time at home. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like to keep the energy at a good level. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you got somebody at home you with right now, you want to get cozy, you know what I mean, during these quarantine times, this song's for you. Let's get into that. Shout out to Live from the City for this one. Treble and No Less, Sierra Sellers, the whole gang. Hey. We can use a lot of love right now. That's all it is, man. A lot of love right now. Hey, hey. Do they make slow jams anymore? Do they play them on the radio? Look, I don't know, but I got the aux cord ready. Yeah, so we can rock steady. Look, coming through late night back when we had curfews. But you're grown now, time to reimburse you with things that a grown woman deserves you. Ain't one for the club scene, stand in line, cover charge with a dove fee. Getting drunk, throwing up in the restroom. You had a long day, go on, take a rest now. Lay it down, yeah, I clean this mess up. Fold the clothes, put them in the dresser. Cook a meal, make you something special, yeah. Riesling or the White Zinfandel, I got a bottle of Moscato, jail, chilling in the well. Run a shower for you, grab your towel for you, but hurry up, the reservation's in the aisle. No hesitation, do whatever it takes to make you smile. Listen for everything, we try and be here for a while. No destination, let's go ahead and take a drive. Hey, let's go ahead and take a drive. You and me in that old school 03. We just listening to R&B. Sing. Yeah, yeah, we just listening to R&B. Tell her how it's going down and how it's going to be. Hey, we just listening to R&B. Yeah, what we doing? What we doing? We just listening to R&B. Tell her how it's going down and how it's going to be. Whoa, we just listening to R&B. Can I come over like Aaliyah? Yeah, if I get off work late night, will you be up? Know your favorite spot, we can meet up. Maybe order pizza, listen to Alicia, Keisha, maybe some Aretha. Watching reruns of Moesha as we sipping on the E&J. Got a lot of whip appeal in a baby face. Clean the dinner place, put a smile on your face. It's a marathon, not a race. Wait, going too fast, pump the brakes. Hey, give you some room, you need space. Hey, pick up the pace, don't need to fix up your face, but when you do, you be shining. Front row at the show when I'm rhyming. Ain't no overnight thing, we put the time in. Baby girl, you the finest. I put your favorite song on, let me find it. Hey, hey, what we doing? We just listening to R&B. Tell her how it's going down and how it's going to be. Whoa, we just listening to R&B. Whoa, hey, hey, now what we doing? What we doing? In the R&B. Tell her how it's going down and how it's going to be. What we doing? We just listening to R&B.
She said it takes some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, that's all she needed. Oh.
What else she need? Tell her what else she need.
She said it takes some Bobby Womack, Shaka Khan and Rufus, the way they use it to set the mood right.
Hey,
whoa, we just listening to R&B. Tell her how it's going down and how it's going to be. We just listening to R&B. Yeah, yeah.
Let's go. We appreciate everybody. Thank you for inviting us to your living rooms. I'm Jordan Montgomery, driving while black. DJ Aesthetics. Let's get it. Hey, first driving while black, then I hit you with another player haters gon' retire my number. Instigators, they be all in my business. Instagram, I hardly post any pictures. Yo, I like to stay ducked off in that Ford truck with the roof off. Last living rock star. Anything I drop on ya be similar to Pearl Harbor. No similes, cause there's none like them. No remedy for 'em, they can't cure 'em, can't mourn 'em. I'm gonna live forever. Yo, this is big in the Coogee sweater, mixed with Future in the Gucci sandals. We done built this from the ground up. This here can never be dismantled. Revolutions never televised on your channels. Gave y'all loaded ammo over classic A-King samples. Y'all just candles, little flames to my shining. When I get writer's block, I'm Jack Nick in the shining. Real quick, dim me a limelight. Had to get my mind right. Driving while black, shoulda got 5 mics. Man, y'all slept on. Know my flows is never stepped on. Right-handed giving layers with the left on. That's too easy. I could probably sell a blank CD. You can't join the ranks with me, no limits. Might pull up in a tank. This is Kobe with the number 8. My dog told me kill the whole summer, son of Sam. Y'all ain't going nowhere like y'all doing the running man. Me, I'm like Cunningham, and he's so kinda fam. Young bull in his 20s and old heads looking up to them. A one-on-one, not a one of them. Look, we held you down in the winter. We got you for the summer too. Rose petals anytime I'm coming through. Cut the strings off your pedal turn. Rap the heavy metal, man. It's J to the letter O, R-D-A-N. If you need to hear once more, I spell it again. Drop 2 projects this year. Y'all welcome again. We done came a long way from Section 8. Now the boy got the juice like Welch's grape. Holla. A T-bone steak and Welch's grape, holla. Ay, a T-bone steak and Welch's grape, holla. Ay, a T-bone steak and Welch's grape, holla. Yeah, a T-bone steak and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right? Boo true. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right? Pittsburgh Fashion Week, we thank you. Drive Wild Black Records, we out.
Hello and welcome. My name is Brian David. I am the owner and designer of Brian David Designs. Today, I am going to teach you 3 different zippers that are commonly used in clothing. The first we're going to cover today is a lap zipper. This is a very common zipper in skirts and dresses. The second is a centered zipper, also fairly common in skirts and dresses. This is also used in handbags as well. And the third and final zipper is an invisible zipper, commonly used in evening wear and finer, lightweight fabrics. So the first zipper we're going to start with today is called a lap zipper. A lap zipper is commonly used in the backs of skirts and most women's dresses. To start with that, what you're going to do is you're going to need an approximate 1-inch seam allowance. As you can see here, maybe, I have a line drawn on both my pieces of fabric, indicating my 1-inch seam allowance. So to start this, what you're going to do is you are going to first pin together your seam allowance. And when I pin this together, I am pinning directionally. And by directionally, I mean that you want to pin in the direction that the pins will be easiest for you to pull out as you are sitting at the machine sewing. So I'm pinning on the line so that I know that everything is going to line up on my garment. For example, if you are putting a zipper in a dress where there is a waist seam, using this method, you can properly line up where your waist seam is and match up all of your pattern points along the way. So for example, if you're making a dress that is a plaid pattern, you can match all of your stripes horizontally. Once you get your seam pinned together, you will then take this over to the sewing machine, and with your longest stitch length on your machine, you will do a machine baste on that line. Using the longest stitch available on your machine, you are going to do what is called a basting stitch, which is simply a straight stitch that you do not backstitch on. The reason for this is that eventually this entire stitch will be removed. As you can see, as I'm getting up to my pin, I'm pulling it out and removing it. I'm not trying to sew over it. Also, you may note that I am putting one hand behind the work and one hand in front of the work. I do that to keep the fabric taut, but I am not pulling the fabric through the machine. I am allowing the machine to do the work for me. Your next step, using that same stitch length, you're going to turn your seam allowance so that they are towards the inside of your machine. You will then open up this seam and you will run a second basting stitch, running your presser foot along the edge of your seam the entire length of your opening. what that's going to do is that is going to give you an approximate 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch lap that you will then use that stitch line to turn your fabric back on. That's useful in order to get your zipper straight when you go to pin it in. The next step you'll do when doing a lap zipper is you will take your garment to your ironing board, and you're just going to want to give that seam a light press. You will then flip your garment over so that the side that you stitched outside of your stitch line is facing up. You are then going to roll that seam allowance to that stitch line and give that a press. Also, to make things easier, you can take a pin and you can put a pin right on that stitch line and pin into your ironing board. Then you can generally, not in all cases, but for the most part, hold your seam allowance where that stitch line is on the other end and apply a little bit of tension. And what that'll do is that'll make it very nice and easy for you just to glide your iron all the way down your seam and get a nice clean press right on that line. So your next step with the lap zipper is to actually pin in your zipper. Now I have made a mark, which you do not need to do, but it will indicate where the bottom of our opening is. And this will be the top of where our zipper goes. So placing your zipper, you are going to take the stopper of the zipper, which I am not 100% sure if you can see that, but there is a metal stopper. You will take that and place that just above where your opening starts. And again, pinning directionally, we will place that fold just next to the teeth of our zipper. Like so. Okay, now your next step is to actually sew in the first side of your zipper. You will do that by using your zipper foot. Now, zipper feet are different depending on what type of machine you have. The one that I am using today is a universal zipper foot. Universal meaning two things. One, that it fits on most makes and models of machines, and two, that it can be adjusted to sew on either the left side of the needle or the right side of the needle. So to do this, I am starting at the bottom of my zipper, sewing to the top, using a normal stitch length on your machine. You will also do a back stitch by this metal stopper, and then you'll do a second back stitch at the top of your zipper. Next, you will take this seam allowance and you will open it up like that. And you will then flip your zipper over to the other side. And you will, if you have one of these zipper feet, you will then adjust your zipper foot to the other side. You want to also make sure that your zipper tab is pointed down. And you're going to do another stitch the length of your zipper. On this pass, you do not need to back stitch. This is just a basting stitch. Once it's sewn in, you should have something that looks like this from the inside, that from that side, that from the other side, and that when you open it up to the outside. Okay, so now that we have done our first pass of stitching, or actually our first 2 passes of stitching, we will then go back to the ironing board, and with your garment to the right side, you will then press this seam open and flat. Once it's pressed, it should look like that from the outside, and it should look like this from the inside. Your next step in doing a lap zipper is to pin your second side. To do this, you are going to be sewing your zipper from the top to the bottom. So you want to make sure that the point of your pin is pointing towards the top of your garment. Like so. Once you have your seam pinned, you can then open up your seam. And to do this, if you did your stitches big enough, and hopefully I did, you can grab the one thread and give it a light pull and get your thread out in one movement. If that does not work for you, you can use a small pair of scissors or a seam ripper to open the seam. Your final step for a lap zipper is to stitch your second side, which is also known as you're doing your top stitching. To do this, you want to adjust your presser foot. If you have one of these, adjust your presser foot so that it is to the outside of your needle. And if you have a seam guide, you want to measure and place a seam guide a 1/2 inch away from where your needle is. Most machines will also, on the throat plate, have little grooves that are indicated by 1/8 increments. Some of them even identify what a 1/2 inch is. Next, you will unzip your zipper and you will place that with your folded edge riding up against your seam guide and stitch with a normal stitch length, doing a back stitch at the top. And when you get to the bottom, it's helpful to slide your seam guide up so it is just behind where your needle is, because you need to stitch down to the bottom of the opening of your zipper. And if you leave that seam guide where it was, it will get in the way. And again, a small back stitch. cut our threads. And that is a lap zipper. The second zipper we're going to do today is what's called a centered lap zipper. You will start this zipper in the same manner that you did with the lap zipper, by placing the right sides of your fabric together. You will then pin along your 1-inch seam allowance. And again, we are pinning this directionally so that it is easiest for you to remove the pins as you are sewing. A centered lap zipper is also a very common and useful zipper to use for dresses and skirts. Okay, now that we have our seam allowance pinned together, we will move over to the sewing machine and again do a machine baste along this seam. Just as before with the lap zipper, you will do that same basting stitch. Again, removing pins as you go along. Your next step is to, again, just give your seam a quick light press. And then you will open up your garment. And you will press this seam open. Just like that. Your next step with a centered lapped zipper is actually pinning your zipper into place. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to put a pin in the bottom of where your opening is from the outside. The next thing you'll do is you will take your zipper and your garment from the inside, and you will take that metal stopper and you will place that just above where your pin is, centering your zipper over your seam. You will then put one pin across the bottom of your zipper to hold it into place. And I did on this what's called a double pin, which is a in and out pin motion on both sides of your zipper, holding down each part of your ribbon. Next, you will make sure that the tab for your zipper is down. You will then place your zipper, careful not to stretch your garment, and you will place that over the center of your zipper. You will then do that same double pin across the top of your zipper. Like so. Next, you will flip your garment to the right side. And this part is just a little tricky. You will have to feel for where the teeth of your zipper are. You can do this by taking your index and thumb finger and using your nails to actually run along either side of your zipper. And this may be difficult to see on camera, but if you do this lightly, it'll create a light crease in some fabrics, a light crease to show you where the edges of your zipper are. That just helps you make sure that your zipper is straight and even underneath of that seam. Your next step will be to, again, pin directionally. And if you pin in one direction on this side of the zipper, you will then turn your garment around and you will pin in the other direction on the other side. Like so. Your next step for a center lapped zipper is to sew your zipper in. Now, we pin this directionally in what creates essentially a U shape or a continuous line going around your zipper. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You are going to sew one continuous line, backstitching at the top of your zipper, going all the way down and across the bottom of your zipper, making sure that you do not hit this metal stopper, otherwise you'll break a needle. And then turning around and returning back to the top to finish with the second backstitch. When you go to make the turn, you want to make sure that your needle is down. Lift up your presser foot. Rotate your garment. Remove your pin. And slowly go across. Then you want to drop your needle down again. Lift your presser foot again. Rotate your garment. Drop your presser foot, and then start your way back up. And again, once you're at the top, do your back stitch. And cut your threads. Once you're done, you should have something that looks like that. So your final step with the center lap zipper is that you're going to flip your garment inside out, and you will remove these two preliminary pins that you started with. After that, you simply open that seam. And if your stitches were long enough and you're able to, generally you can pull the one thread and both threads will come out nice and easy. leaving you with a center lap zipper. The third zipper that we are going to put in today is an invisible zipper. The first step to an invisible zipper is pressing it. So you're going to do two different types of presses. First, as you can see from being in the packaging, there is wrinkling. This may not seem like it's a big deal, but it could affect the overall finished product. So the first thing you'll do is with the steaming iron, you will just press this all nice and flat. Once flat, you will then open up your zipper, and from the back side, you can see when the zipper lays naturally, the teeth roll up on the tape. What you want to do is you want to press that so that the teeth lay flat and open. So you'll do this by laying it so that the teeth are exposed and up. Then you will take your fingers and you will roll those teeth back. And you will press that as far down as you can, getting as close to that zipper tab as possible. And then you will repeat that process for the other side. Now that you have your zipper pressed, a good way to tell if you have it pressed correctly is to re-zip your zipper, and if both of your ribbons fold up like that, up against each other, you did it correctly. When putting in an invisible zipper, it is useful to buy a zipper that is a few inches longer than what your actual opening is. The reason for this is it will make it easier for when you go to sew it in at the bottom. Because an invisible zipper is usually one of your last steps in putting a garment in, the bottom half of your seam typically will already be stitched and backstitched. Like so. First thing you do is you take your zipper that we showed you pressed so that your ribbons are pressed together, and you will open that zipper. You will then start at the top of your garment, and you will begin to pin your zipper in along that 1-inch line right next to the teeth.
The battery.
Again, this is directional pinning. And when you're pinning in this zipper, you want to be close to the teeth, but not in the teeth. You need to leave room for the zipper tab to glide easily through your garment once it is stitched. Once your first side is pinned in, it should look something like that. The next step with putting in an invisible zipper is that you are going to start at the bottom, again using your zipper foot, and you want to stitch close to these teeth without being too close to the teeth. And again, starting at the bottom, you will do a small back stitch. And again, you'll backstitch at the top of your zipper. Once that's stitched, you should have something that looks like this. And then you're ready to pin in your second side. Your next step for an invisible zipper is that you will zip the zipper closed. Now, if you're putting this zipper in, say, a dress that has a waist seam on it, or for example, if you are working with a fabric that has a plaid pattern to it that you are trying to match, what you can do after you have zipped your zipper is you can take a pencil and make certain reference points on the side of the zipper that you have not stitched yet. For example, you would put one where the waist seam is, another one where a critical point of your pattern may match. If you have horizontal lines going all the way across this seam, the entire length of your zipper, you can put tick marks all the way down your zipper. And this you can put as many or as few as you feel you need. Then, once you have marked out your zipper, you will unzip it all the way to the bottom, which, like I had said before, with using a longer zipper, your zipper will be longer than the opening of your garment. And you will, in the same manner that you did before, you will pin this zipper in. The entire length of your opening. And once that side is pinned in, you're ready to do your second pass. We are now ready to do our final pass on our invisible zipper. To do this, again, still using your zipper foot, you will want to stitch close to what is called the zipper coil, but not too close. If you're too close, again, you will interfere with the movement of the zipper tab. Starting at the top, you'll do a small little back stitch, proceed the length of your zipper, and then do another small back stitch at the bottom of your opening. And you will have, if you have purchased a zipper that is longer than your opening, which is what I recommend, you will have a few inches of zipper that hangs down below your opening. Okay, once you have your second side of your zipper in, you should have something that looks like this. The next step is to actually zip your zipper closed. And this is the slight tricky part, because you have to pull your zipper tab through that bottom part of your opening. And this may not want to slide through very easily. Thankfully, I was lucky and I was able to get it to go through relatively easy. You zip your zipper all the way up, and that is stitched in. We have one more step to press, and then your zipper is done. So your final step with your invisible zipper is just to give this top layer a quick press. You do this so that your zipper will then lay flat again. And you're done. A nice, fully functioning, invisible zipper. Quick and easy. Thank you for watching my tutorial. I hope you found this very educational and somewhat entertaining. Please follow me on Instagram under Brian David Designs to keep up with the latest fashions from the House of David.
It was exciting when I first found out that I was going to be showing at Fashion Week. And I was an emerging designer, second year, and it was really cool the way they had designed it for emerging designers. You only did 5 looks and you did these really cool vignettes. You're able to do set design as well as the clothing. So it was a whole little environment, and then people would walk around. It was 10 of us, people would walk around at Marathon Music Works, and they kind of get immersed into each little cubicle. So it was kind of like little art installations that I thought was really, really, really neat.